We're here for a special reason, but we would be remiss to not acknowledge the fact that on this day, as Liam said, 1777, more than 250 years ago, this flag was adopted as the symbol of the greatest country on earth. And we are lucky that we are celebrating Marko Kepi, who is a true patriot, a true man of honor, and we're going to elect him to the State Assembly, right? As Liam said, I'm from the other side of the bridge. I paid my toll. Marko, you owe me. And we're from the neighboring district. I'm in the 46th district, leader, the neighboring part, the other side of Bay Ridge. And we're going to be working with our contacts throughout Bay Ridge to help get Marko elected. Working with Marko is how I learned, working with Senator Golden is how I met Marko Kepi. And when I tell you, you could see in his face and in his determination, every day he came into that office and he wanted to make a difference, and his dream has always been to hold elective office. Not many of us have ever run for office from Senator Golden's staff. I happened to be one of them that ran for city council and got very close, but we didn't win. But there's also no one that has ever worked for Senator Golden that went on to become a U.S. Marine. So Marko, you are one of a kind. Marko Kepi is going to make a great state assemblyman. If you know him, you know of his admiration and the love that he has for Mother Teresa. That was one of his biggest projects working with us. He put Mother Teresa's statue outside St. Athanasius, and as you drive by on Bay Parkway, you see it, and every time I see it, I think of Marko coming in and having this idea which we thought would never happen, but he made it happen. And even to the night before the unveiling and the blessing of that statue, he was working out there with, maybe some of you were out there helping him get the construction working. So if you know him, you know his life is he looks to Mother Teresa for inspiration. She is probably the greatest example of service to God's people. And if that's Marko's inspiration, I know he's going to make a great state assemblyman. I looked up a couple of quotes from Mother Teresa, and this one I found because this is what we were taught working for Senator Golden, that every person that comes in that door, every person that calls that office, every person that emails you for assistance, be it for Meals on Wheels, for food stamps, for housing, for health care, every single person that comes in is as important as the next one. And we were taught, we were molded in that frame to help every single person that turns to you as an elected official, as their representative, and try your best to make their life a little bit better. So Mother Teresa's quote that I found most appropriate was, if you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one. And that's the service that Marty Golden taught us. That's the service that Marty Golden taught me. That's the service that Marty Golden taught Marko. And I know Marty's here. He's going to say a few words. We support Marko. Get out, go home, tell your neighbors you saw Marko Kepi. We need Marko Kepi, and vote for Marko Kepi on June 23rd. And this is a swing district. So after June 23rd, when he wins the primary, we have to keep our energy, keep our focus, and keep our work going so that he wins in November and he's the next member of the State Assembly from the 64th District. So at this time, I'd like to invite up I met him when I was 17 years old, 15 years old. I worked for him for 17 years. Marko didn't work for him that long. He's a lot younger than me, but we learned the same lessons. The great state senator from Brooklyn, Marty Golden.
That's hard. I gotta tell you, and I'm not bragging, but I will tell you that I had the best state senate office in the state of New York. And the reason I had that cream of the crop working for me, and Marko Kepi and John Quaglione. Give it up for Marky. Give it up for Marko. Come on. We got calls from everywhere, from the Bronx, from Queens, from Massachusetts, New Jersey, England, Canada, to take care of their parents, their grandparents, their sons, their daughters. And who did it? Marko Kepi did it. We worked with them to make sure we took care of their families. John Quaglione ran that office, and Marko Kepi was the top dog in that office, and he worked very closely with John to make sure we got it done. Marko Kepi. What a city we live in, what a state. It's upside down. Many of you, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, where'd they come? They came to this land. They came to this great, great country like my parents did. Marko Kepi came here. They came here for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And what do we see? What do we see? We see it being turned upside down right this very moment. We're not going to let it happen. We're going to send Marko to the assembly, and Kepi is going to help us change that and get us back to our principles. The greatest constitution, the greatest country in the world, and the greatest Bill of Rights. And what it did, it gave us freedom of church and the church and state, separation of church and state. And today, we can't get into our churches, our synagogues, our mosque. 10 people, maybe 35 people. Think about that. I'll bring it down the block. We'll go to Stop and Shop, 300 people in there. Bring it down the block to Lowe's, 400 people in there, but we can't get people into our churches, our mosques, and our synagogues. We need Marko Kepi to make sure that that never happens again. Tomorrow morning, people in Staten Island, well, you're going to have a great opportunity. You'll be able to go shop. The only unfortunate thing is, you'll have to go to New Jersey, because we're not open yet. But right over the bridge, New Jersey will be open. And all of our stores that are closed, all of the people that are looking for jobs, all the people that want to go back to work, where are they going to be going? How are they going to get back to work? How is that going to happen? We need leadership. We need somebody in Albany to make the changes that have to be made. We need them made not only in the state, but we need them made here in the city of New York. We need Kepi in the assembly to help us make these I started off in life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, the reason you came here. But why do you move into a community? You move into a community because it's safe. You move into a community because it's got good schools, so we can educate our children and give them great opportunities. We move into a community because we get jobs and opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, where is it? Where is it? Who, ladies and gentlemen, who, I ask you, is going to give us those opportunities again? Who's going to give our children the ability to be in school in September and to move on and get the greatest education they can do it? Who's going to do it? Who's going to work in the state capitol to get all these projects underway and to help to retrain our workers so that we can get our new workers, our trained workers into new jobs, because those jobs may not be there for them when they come back. We need somebody that has that leadership. And who's going to give us that leadership, ladies and gentlemen? I wasn't a Marine. I was Army. Sorry, boys. Mr. Grimm and Mr. Kepi. But listen, I was one of the proudest New York City police officers that ever walked. I loved this job. It was a great job. And I helped to save a lot of people. I got a son that's a New York City police officer. I got 2 nephews. A lieutenant and a sergeant. And I got a niece. Her poor father died from the cancers of 9/11. She's on truck 6, emergency service truck 6 in Brooklyn, the detective. We are a cop family. We stand for our military and we stand for our city. And we're tying their heads. We cannot tie their heads. We gotta not let them be tied. So who's gonna stop tying and cuffing the police officers, ladies and gentlemen? Who's gonna free our police officers and keep our community safe? Who's gonna keep our children the opportunity to get a great education? And who's gonna open up the opportunity for jobs for the future? Who is it, ladies and gentlemen? Who is it? Who is it? I can't hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, the next assembly member of the New York State Assembly, because of you, Marko
Thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here today. It's been a tough fight, a long race, but it's not over yet. We have another week left. And what better day to celebrate the opening of our campaign headquarters here than on Flag Day. Being a United States Marine, there's no better day than to celebrate it on Flag Day. That flag means so much more to me now that I'm a United States Marine than it did in the past. And I hope and I wish that you encourage your children and your nieces and nephews to serve this great country, whether it's with our NYPD, FDNY, or the Armed Forces, the United States Marines, and the other branches. Like Senator Golden said, we have a great police force, the NYPD, and this mayor and the governor here in the state of New York, they're handcuffing our police officers while criminals run loose, while they destroy our businesses, destroy our families, and our police officers are there without a shield. They need a shield, and that shield is they need elected officials to back them up when they're being attacked by criminals. And as your United States, New York State Assemblyman, I will do just that. I will always stand for those wearing the uniform, for those that support you, support me, support our families, and keep us safe. Working for Senator Golden has been an honor, has been a privilege, and I've learned so much from Senator Golden. Working for him, I've learned that when somebody comes through your door, whether they're in your district or a few blocks down or 3 states over, it doesn't matter. There's somebody in need, and our job as public servants is to serve those that need help and to make sure that they get done whatever it is needed for their families and their loved ones. So as your assemblyman, whether you live in Brooklyn, Staten Island, or further down, I will support each and every one of you and your families. Another person that I worked for, Congressman Michael Grimm, when I was a kid. I remember working in his campaigns, the way he would come in, his presence, his military appearance, everything I just admired. And I always wanted to be a United States Marine. You know, growing up in another country, I've seen that this great country, America, saved our people from war. And I remember when the NATO troops came through my city, and there was one military in particular that stood out from the rest of them. And they were the United States Marines. Woo! So it was my my dream to serve this country and become a United States Marine. But not living in this country, that dream was impossible. We came to this great country that offered me and my family what my birth country denied us. I was able to become a United States Marine and say thank you to this great country, not for what they've just done for my family, but all of our people and everyone throughout the world, all those people around the world that have been living under dictatorships. The United States Marines, time and time again, has liberated nations, has freed people, and this is what we stand here for freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
USA! 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 USA!
USA! Liberate us from the tyrants of Cuomo and de Blasio!
I also want to mention another reason why today is such a great day and why I'm honored to have each of you here. A particular person that is here today, her name is Kathy Guattari. Her name is Kathy Guattari, and 3 years ago, her brother, Billy Gorman, passed away. Billy Gorman was a United States Marine. He was a firefighter, and Kathy decided that today, the best way for her to honor her brother, and she believed that her brother would like this choice, was to come here with us and celebrate Flag Day. So Kathy, please come up. So I will give you now my United States Marine Corps pin as a remembrance and an honor to your brother and to all those that fought before him and that will fight after him and will continue to fight for this great country.
Hurrah! USA! 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 USA!
Believe me, I've given them hell over the years, and they come back and pay them also. But you need to really realize the violations that is happening to our Constitution of United States, Amendment 14. Open your goddamn businesses. Don't and everybody that served this country fought so we can have the Constitution and not to trash it. You got two communists sitting in the office, and we need to take our country back. If I didn't come out and give a voice to him in his service to this country. He was a fireman on the pit. He died just last week. 7 more of them died from 9/11 related illnesses. And you're going to tell me I can't go to the goddamn beach? Oh, I want to.
We read lips, Kathy.
So again, I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank John Quaglione, Senator Golden, Congressman Michael Grimm, my campaign manager, Leah McCabe, and it's not over. June 23rd is election day. We need each and every one of you and your family and your friends and your neighbors to go out and vote. We need to vote next week. The only way we're going to be victorious, the only way our voices are going to be heard is if we win on election day. If we don't win on election day, these rallies, the fundraisers, everything means nothing. So we need you to come out and vote on June 23rd. Thank you all. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you all for coming out, supporting this young Marine who's going to be our next New York State Assemblyman, Marko Kepi for Assembly. This is a particular really auspicious occasion. Not only because it's Flag Day, which, as Marko already articulated, as a United States Marine, I know the red in that flag is the blood of those that came before us and sacrificed so we could have the liberty and freedom we have today.
Amen.
But it's also an auspicious occasion, and not everyone here knows this, and I'm waiting for something that I'm supposed to hand me. Don't be shy, young man, don't be shy. Marines are bold. Fortune favors the bold, remember that. But I want to read a letter. I'm going to read part of the letter, because it's long, from the White House. White House. Congratulations on receiving the President's Volunteer Service Award. Thank you for your enduring commitments to serving your community and our nation. I trust that you will continue to work for the betterment of others, an even stronger future for the American people. Signed, Donald J. I'm going to ask our future Assemblyman Marko Kepi to hold his certificate, the President's Award. I'm going to give that to him, but I'm going to have the honor of placing the President's Gold Medal. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Senator Marty Golden, come on up. I also want to mention Joe Caldera is here, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Paglione. Ladies and gentlemen, the next Assemblyman for the 64th Assembly District.
Make New York great again! Make New York great again!
One more time! Kepi! 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 Kepi!
June 23rd.
Don't forget it.
Okay.
Give me right here.
Golden.